Attention, 5-9 gamers, we are back with another installment of your favorite Dokkan Battle podcast called the Dokkan Battle Podcast. I am your host, Toonrami, and joining me this week, the international family guy himself, Talon.
Ohayou gozaimasu, minasan.
Part-time stand user and full-time Super Battle Road King, the Masked Ningen.
Yo, how's it going, everybody?
The free-to-play King from Down Under, Jay Fanta.
Hello.
If it exists, then he's already rainbowed it, the LR King of Dokkan, the Truth. Okay. Even he doesn't know why he calls himself this, Troko.
You used the same intro twice. Please get better material.
That's how it works. Get used to it. Watch the show.
Fair enough.
Make sure you guys are locked in across all of our social media platforms and connect with the 59G network. Follow us on Twitch, Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube, join the Discord, check out the Facebook fan page, the Reddit, the website, everything. Make sure you guys are fully linked in today. Now, without further ado, let's jump into episode 29. So what now? So where to begin? Let's start with the EZAs. You guys can decide. Do you want to talk about the JP EZA or the global EZA? For JP, we've got the AJL Tapion, one of the best new tanks in the game, and we've got the STR Janemba EZA over on global, which has kind of been stemming this little debate between which EZA is better for Janemba, Int or STR. So which one do you guys want to start off with?
Either one's fine. Both are irrelevant. Let's be honest.
Whoa.
Let's start with the more irrelevant one then, I guess. Which is the better EZA for Janemba, STR or Int? Now that STR is out, what are the votes telling you?
Go ahead, everyone else can jump in. STR is the answer. Go ahead.
STR is better?
Yeah, he is. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, STR is the better of the EZAs, but that being said, though, I mean, obviously we have the name update now out and everything like that, so you can run both STR and Int if you want to. Doesn't really matter, yada yada. But I will say though that if you're somebody who doesn't summon, or you're a free-to-play player or something like that, or someone asks, oh, should I use my red coins on STR Janemba? Probably not worth it, because Int is basically free because you can use red dragon stones. He's been available forever. So while STR is better, you can easily make the argument of just saying like, well, you know what? Do you already have Int rainbowed, or do you have a red dragon stone to rainbow him? Just do that instead and save red coins essentially. So.
Yeah, it's a good point, because especially if you're on global where we don't have the same name update yet, the difference between the two is not significant enough that if you already have like the Int one rainbowed, then yeah, I definitely wouldn't be spending coins to pick up a copy of the STR one if you don't have them.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of was hoping there'd be more of a debate on that one. All right. So I guess
there's really not. So because we had this debate months ago with JP. So
with the same name update, of course, you could run both. But I really thought that there would have been more claim for Int, just because offensively Int seems like the more reliable, consistent unit, and then defensively would probably be the STR one.
Well, okay, you say Int is more consistent defensively, but he has a passive that has to be turned
No,
off.
offensively.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like the offensive, like he has to get hit to activate his attack.
Right.
STR Janemba is just, it's the same attack everywhere. He's more consistent.
I will defend Int by saying Extreme Int needed him a lot more than Extreme STR needed Janemba, though.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, the Extreme STR is still stacked. Yeah, they don't need another STR unit ever for the entire lifespan of Dokkan.
Oh, you know the next big celebration is gonna have an Extreme STR, right? It just has to happen, right? It's like Realm of Gods. They clearly need more help, so we're just randomly gonna get, we'll get whatever celebration big units we're gonna get this next one coming up, and it's like, oh, by the way, this random Realm of Gods card gets an EZA or an Awakening or something. So hey, there you go.
So Jay Fanta, why is Tapion's EZA irrelevant? Go on.
Because I can't run the team.
Truth is listening.
I can't run the team. I got like 3 giant units, man. I want to use the card. It's just that I got nothing to run with it. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, the tanking on this guy is just absurd. Combining the 50% damage reduction with the 120%, that's ridiculous. Ningen and I, we were talking about that yesterday. What event can't he run? Like, he can do everything.
Pretty sure he can tank everything, can't he? For the most part.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he can tank neutral in the God event, so that's all you can ask. That's
The only thing I have to ask is when he gets his transformation off, which again I know he's invincible and everything like that, so it doesn't really matter. I want to know who the heck gave the guy lower defense, like just randomly. Like he transforms into Hirudegan, you know, he's in his giant form and everything like that, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, and by the way, the super attack effect, he just normally lowers defense. It's like, seriously, like. This is an easy A. Like, you go crazy on his non-transform and everything like that. You make him move really good and everything, and then lower defense. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because I still feel that when you transform him, you know, because again, there will be times where he just does it automatically. You know, you don't mean to or anything like that, and it's kind of just like, I don't know. Giant transformations still really are not that impressive to me. They really aren't. So. While him just an AGL normal Tapion form is fine, like the moment you go giant, you're just kind of like, oh, whatever. Is this over yet? Like, can we just get this over? Like, we know you take no damage, but he already takes no damage when he's in his normal form. So, yeah.
So this is yet another general pool summon unit that's getting an easy A. And, I mean, if you want to talk about irrelevant, let's talk about how this unit is just another one on a long list of easy A's that's better than the Super Saiyan 3 Broly. That's poor
Dokkan
Broly.
Fest
Yeah, why you gotta talk
exclusive.
Broly?
Always comes back in this podcast. Oh,
It has to. He's the mascot for every bad easy A. But yeah, the one thing I wanted to say about Tapion, it is a little bit frustrating, the fact that they did make his pre-transformation thing so good. And then the giant form, like earlier on in the game's lifespan, like even back when OG Super Battle Road came out, like transformation could be kind of useful because it gave you that couple of turns of essentially free damage. But now especially in like the hardest events in the game, when you transform into that mode, although you are taking no damage, you're not really doing a huge amount, because obviously, like you think about the link level update made such a huge difference for like every other unit except for giant form transformations, because they don't make use of links. So I feel like to keep that part of the cards relevant, if they're going to easy A units that have a giant form transformation, you need to at least give them something like greatly raises attack or something like that on super attack, just so they can actually output reasonable damage, because it's nice to not take damage for 2 turns, but you're foregoing your normal rotation of the team that you built that can probably do like multiple million attack stats throughout that turn, and you're exchanging that for the Hirudegan form so that you take no damage, which is nice, but then yeah, in like really tough events you're not going to be doing a lot to the enemy. And obviously the key can always be an issue as well, because they started to make newer giant form units at least give themselves key when they're transformed or something like that, which I feel he definitely could have benefited from as well.
Doesn't he hit like a 1.8 million attack stat or something like that only when he's in giant form? But then when he's not transformed, he's hitting like 4.5 or something like that. Like
Exactly.
the difference is huge.
4.5. That's, you know, you're doing funny business. Typically, Tapion is sitting in that 2 million range, like right around 2 million exactly is where he's doing damage.
I guess I was looking at the all level 10 links, and you know, obviously linked up with his tech counterpart.
No,
so.
yeah, in that situation, he's still in the 2 millions. It's if you're under 50% HP, so it's a ridiculous situation because you have to be under 50% HP after you've already done the Hirudegan transformation.
Yeah.
Then he gets that extra attack and he's able to get up there, but you're not going to see that very often.
All right, but still, regardless though, okay, so let's just say normally then you're seeing what, a 2.5, 2.7, you said?
It's more so closer to like 2 even. I feel like it's going to be more consistent what you're going to see.
Okay. But still, regardless though, if you're going to try and get the giant form off, it would have been nice just to have seen a little bit of a higher attack. So.
From Hirudegan himself, yeah. It's just simple. It's all they had to do is give him like 2 key at the start of turn or something. Like like Hirudegan is almost pointless besides just buying yourself an extra turn if you're doing some sort of challenge run. Like that's about it.
Yeah. Because that's
is this type of an upgrade for these easy A's all it takes basically to make the giant form category more appealing? Like, would you run giant form if we had like maybe 2 or 3 more units with this type of a build?
They got to get some Dokkan Fest exclusives and some LRs in there in order to really make it competitive. And then they do a dual leader and mix it with like hybrid Saiyan or something like that, right? That's what they do.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Dual lead hybrid Saiyans and giant form. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like Kid Gohan. So
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna
Kid
say,
Gohan,
great
yeah,
at Kid Gohan, yeah. Be
Yeah.
a perfect leader for that.
But as I was saying before, this is a general pool unit that's getting an EZA. Are there any other general pool summon units that you would want to be getting an upgrade ASAP?
God,
Something
where's
that
the- where's-
is in
where's the
dire
list?
need.
Dart.
the Bardock.
that list-
It's the Bardox is who.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, because
Yes.
the doors open for them to EZA from the Marseillan EZA event because they awaken from his Dokkan Fest medals, don't they? So
Yep.
that would be nice for that to happen soon. The thing that stands out to me is the fact that Tapion is a general pool unit who is a 150 category lead, and there's a couple of other ones of them like Kefla and of course the Queen herself, Android 21. So hopefully that could be an EZA that we could see sometime soon.
Well, we see what they'll do with the leader skills, right? They just give them the extra 10%.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I think that's fine, honestly.
I'm so surprised though that because I remember what was it back in whenever Physical, Kefla, and AGL Khalifa got their EZAs, and then on top of that we also got the another 120% EZA. This month was just AGL Tapion. So I was surprised that again they seem to really be delaying some of these 120% EZAs. Like they're really delaying some of them, which kind of surprises me.
I mean, Golden Week is only 2 weeks out, right? So like, we'll
Right,
get an
yeah.
announcement for another main EZA then.
We should hopefully. But I'm just surprised because if you think about it, like there's only 10 120% EZAs, and it's easily been over a year now, hasn't it? Since SSJ 3 Broly got his original EZA.
It was in July, yeah. But I mean, it's better this way because it's just random. Like they're just jumping all over the place. It's more fun that like they just like skipped 60 units to go to Int UI Goku. I like that a lot, right? Like I much rather they do that than just this slow, methodical, like boring pace. Like now they're just jumping all over, right? We got like the Bio Broly units got an EZA, and they're super good too. Like all these EZAs are like really solid. So
Oh yeah,
I
they're
really
not bad.
like
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah, it adds a complete like sense of not randomness but like unpredictability, I guess, because like especially with Int UI Goku and then Goku and Frieza followed up by Broly, it essentially means that nothing is off the table in terms of who could EZA next. So it's always interesting to see who it's going to be.
Still waiting for my EZA for Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. God damn it,
Yeah.
Kotsky. God damn it.
Keep on waiting, man. Wait a long time.
Fine. Give me physical cooler. I'll be happy. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
We all know he's
coming.
he's gonna be the best 120% lead. We know it's gonna happen.
Him and Angel Goku for sure in the next couple months will happen.
Hopefully.
Well,
Yeah.
nah, it's not hope because it's movies. They're still pushing movies. So those two specifically are definitely coming soon.
Before we move on, we should also mention that both Global and JP received a new free-to-play unit recently in the new special event. What is it? The Mass Dead of Chaos something?
Parade of
It's like Parade of the Dead. It's just basically a follow-up to the whole Dokkan of the Dead April Fool's gag, and you are able to get a Defender of Justice unit in the STR, Gohan, or Saiyaman, and Videl. So thoughts on this unit? It's a pretty decent free-to-play.
Funny because the unit is pointless on Global.
Hey, whoa! We can run that category now with a 50% lead. Let's go.
Hey man, just run the
Technically,
LR
yeah.
Saiyaman duo and a full Saiyaman team, and boom, you're set.
Yeah, there you go. They're great. They're gonna be very, very solid because they're a floating support type unit that can hold their own. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
They're very good.
Yep.
I gotta be honest, I totally forgot about it, and then when the event just dropped, I was like, oh, okay. Just seemed like
They
should have dropped it sooner.
Well, yeah, because there's some goddamn pricks for dropping it an hour before World Tour on JP. I'll tell you that for free.
That's true, yeah.
But the grind's really quick though. Like it's not that bad though.
Yeah, it is, but I'm losing precious ranking here. Like,
Look at you talking like me.
I thought
dig
you'd be
it.
on it day one though, like first second. Surely you would. First second. Boom.
I
Right,
did it today.
done.
I wanted to secure my rainbow worst World Tournament reward card ever first. Then I did the event.
You know, let's
Speaking of world
move into
tournaments.
that. Yeah. Might as well talk about it. That was going to be our next topic anyway. Truth, let's start with you. with the 39th World Tournament underway, you have been going particularly ham on this one. How has the experience been with the new Broly Easy? I assume it's been pretty easy.
Relax, buddy. I'm taking it easy. I'm 488.
Oh yeah, relax. Okay, relax.
But
yeah.
no, I'm asking you, Toon Rami, do you consider that going hard? 488.
I mean, what do you want me? You want me to tell you? Oh, that's nothing. You should try harder like me. Top 10.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Give him that encouragement.
All right, Truth, you suck. You're slow. Get better. That's horrible. How about that?
But yeah, Broly, dude, is just a dream because it's like, it's so common. Like everyone is running pure and hybrid Saiyan, so he's just always like super attacking with only a very small amount of ki. Encountering Goku family is just very, very often. Especially, I decided to switch it up for this World Tournament, and now I'm running just like a full LR team to maximize points. And it's just like every single fight, like there's like some Goku on there, and it's just devastation. He gets the super attack off, and everything is dead in one hit. Like he doesn't even get his second super attack anymore. It's just everything's dead. Type disadvantage.
I've encountered where he doesn't actually kill. When somebody runs Vegeta and Nappa with my team, I know it's like different, but like it takes 2 super attacks and he's still not dead. I'm like, what? That's the only situation where he's.
What are you running like a?
Wait, how is that possible?
Lead?
Wait, what? Yeah, what are you running?
77% leader.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that explains it.
Well, I mean, you hype him up, but he didn't kill Vegeta and Nappa.
I mean, I gotta say that kind of bums me out to learn that a free-to-play lead can't. Sorry, Troko, go on.
For the Broly's, you're bringing even easy aid.
That's what I was gonna ask. I'm like, he is checking their easy aid, right?
Of course he is.
It kind of bums me out though. Even with, I mean, he's like one of the best LRs in the game, and with a 70% lead, I thought still
it might not. It might be because the team that I was versing, because you know how they always have like the same people you verse, might not have a actually, what? Yeah, never mind.
What?
I thought it was the Goku's family that procs the attack effect. Yeah, it is, right? No.
Yeah. If
yeah,
there's
the
a
attack
Goku
effective.
family enemy, then he's super effective.
Maybe there was no Goku family. Yeah.
And to the people in the chat, you have to remember that you don't get the friend's leader skill. So whatever friend you're bringing is under your lead. So if he's only bringing us, you said 70 or 77%, whichever one it is, then that's all Broly's getting. So, but I would laugh if half the time you didn't even check, and then it was like, oh, this guy's not even easy 8, or he's only like SA2 or something like that.
Because I've been running the INT SBR Goku for a while now. What is he, 120? Or is he 120 or 130? Whatever he is. But I haven't. Broly just killed everything in one hit with that lead. So.
Yeah, I tend to run low team costs.
Have you guys noticed a significant change in the general, I don't know, field with all the other players running the Brolys? More points coming in, completions happening faster. Have you guys noticed a significant change in the landscape of the World Tournament, or is it pretty much the same?
Teams seem the same to me, because I mean, I still, that Broly was the most common World Tournament I saw before anyway. So like I don't particularly notice a difference there.
How about you, Jay Fanta?
I don't really go hard in the World Tournament to really know, but it looks the same, feels the same. Still one-shotting everything most of the time.
Has this made your experience more fun? Whether, I mean, depending on how hard you're going, has it made the experience of the World Tournament more appealing to you, or is it still just as garbage as before in terms of just tediousness, doing everything over and over and over? Gotcha. Cool.
It's the same. It's the same. I feel like because the World Tournament hasn't been here for so long, I'm having more fun than usual.
I guess I'm a spoil sport here too, Rami, but it's still as horrible as ever. Tell me. I'm
trying to be positive,
do you truly
man.
have fun?
No.
When you're,
of course not.
When you're 2 days deep into it, are you really having fun?
No, dude, of course not. I dread. You know what my favorite day of the entire year is? Literally the day after the World Tournament ends. That's my favorite day. Because that's the farthest I'll be from the next stupid World Tournament. Like, I hate it.
You know what you have to do? You gotta do what I did for this World Tournament. And guess what it is? It's a very, very, very simple step into the World Tournament. Guess what it is? Don't play it. Oh, it feels great. Feels amazing.
What if you need High School Gohan then, Tom?
I already have
Yeah,
High
I
School
need High
Gohan.
School
Oh, no.
I
but
need
what
High
if
School
you-
Gohan.
But the question was, what if you do need him?
Okay, fine. You go up to the 23 whatever million point step to get the free unit or whatever, or get some of the tickets, and that's all you do. Boom, done. That's all you
still
do.
gotta play it.
Yeah, but I think people can handle playing just 4 or 5 rounds per day instead of doing however hundreds of rounds you guys are doing.
Because the other thing is, you in particular were waiting for Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyan Man, and they delivered
Yeah.
with him. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the moment the file stuff went through and everything, I simply went, oh, awaken, boom, done. So I suffered through the World Tournament for the last few years. I'm done. I am 100% done.
Let's talk about those new units, because there are actually a few. There's the Kid Vegeta that people seem to be laughing at.
I'm actually like people are like, no, you just don't know what you're doing. Okay. The Kid Vegeta has no purpose whatsoever. It's bad. If he was an AoE, I would actually say then like I'd understand what they were going for. But it's like they created a unit that sucks right now. And I mean, maybe when he awakens in 2 years, he'll be okay. Like, it's just very quirky. Like, because like I would argue that like Hellfighter 17, you know, the Int Caulifla Tech Kale, you know, the STR Goku Black, like a lot of those characters at least have like value. This Kid Vegeta does nothing. He's trash, unfortunately. Because the other thing too is like people go, well, he's free to play. Sure, but you have to grind the World Tournament to get him. It's not really like that's not the same thing as Great Saiyaman and Videl. Like literally, you go in that event and you're done in 50 minutes. This guy is hell to get, and Great Saiyaman and Videl are better. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I really don't see him aging very well. I really don't. Like, yeah,
Well,
I
when
know
he
people are
gets
going to
his
look at the
awakening.
super attack to greatly raise the defense for one turn. Like, okay, fine. But there are a lot of other good physical units and everything. So, yeah.
Josh, what kind of free-to-play vibes are you getting from this guy?
Me?
Yeah.
No, he's
well-
talking to Troko, the free-to-play god over there.
Oh,
The
yeah.
known
Troko,
free-to-play
what's up?
god.
He's alright. It's not great, but I need him, so that's all I need. I need him for Super Battle Road. I need to get the Vegeta's Family SBR done for free to play. So that's the reason why I'm going pretty hard on this, because I feel like his stuns are going to be pretty important when it comes to that Super Battle Road. But I get it that you don't like him.
Yeah, if you're somebody that has a lot more options, then obviously you can see
Yeah.
how he's bad. But
He just
How
has
many,
this.
how many copies are you going for?
2 dupes on him.
Okay.
So top 5K is what I'm really aiming for, but top 10K
I
I'll
thought,
take.
I thought you said tab 5 for a second. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, damn. All right. You mirroring, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, if he double supers, and then, you know, you got 2 chances to stun, you're getting the double 50% buffs to defense, maybe
He
then
can
he'll
triple
only
super
take-
as well.
Yeah, maybe then at that point he'll only take 80k from normals?
Poor Vegeta, man.
Well, and then he has 3 chances to stun,
Yeah.
and then he has the dodging. It's just, yeah, his links a doo-doo.
Oh yeah, he's got the Frieza's army link. It's really
yeah, that
you
seems
don't
like
like
an
that?
odd choice.
I think that's a great link to add to there. I think that's really good.
there's
Like,
like,
that was my first pick.
there's
least
like
he got
literally
prepared for
10
battle.
units in the entire game that have that, right?
And well, it's worse than that because it's like it's just like SRs and stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
like the other Kid Vegeta. Like, do Kid Vegeta and Kid Raditz still have it?
I think so.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Okay,
That's
so,
like
so
that's like the
there's
only thing you
basically-
could run with them.
So
That would
okay,
make
see
sense.
that Tech Frieza right there? I actually don't even have that Frieza, right? Because they gave him as like a login bonus one time, and like that's it for him. And then these 2 Kid Vegetas who both are like mid, so.
Let's also take a look at
Poor
the other
Vegeta.
2. Go on. Go ahead. You want to say something?
I was just saying poor Vegeta.
I know. Vegeta Shaft. Let's also take a look at the other two units that are getting their TURs. So, of course, the Saiyaman, Super Saiyan 2. One of the best free-to-plays in the game. Talon, your thoughts on this bad boy with his newfound abilities to support and nerf?
He's awesome. What more is there to say? Like, I mean, okay, so I think in terms of maybe potential defensive-wise and everything, he's not as good as the high school Gohan, but we already saw what the Tech Cell was bringing when he got his Awakening last World Tournament, so we knew from the get-go, we're like, okay, they're just going to do the whole greatly raised attack and defense. Of course, you get a couple of additionals off, then he's totally fine. He can now do some decent damage if he wants to. He then gets that extra attack and defense for every attack performed. And then obviously he's the amazing support unit that he already is. And then he's, just like Cell, he's got the useless, opposite class, lowers the enemy's defense. So that's kind of whatever. But overall, he's definitely really good. And then the whole getting extra attack and defense when just facing an extreme class enemy, that's pretty common for the teams you'll probably run him on. So I'm happy. Yeah, he's finally here. So
I think the 3 key is very helpful because it's like high school Gohan might be a bit more useful in like difficult content, but like high school Gohan, like full level 10 links, Rainbow, like I typically see him at like a 700k attack set.
Oh, he's doing nothing. Yeah,
the Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman, he's going to be above 2 million a lot. So like that's sort of the difference there. He's very, very, very good, and he's on a lot of teams that really could use him, like Kamehameha, Sibling Bond, stuff like that. So
he's on Super Saiyan 2. He's on Super Saiyan 2. So
yeah, very small, limited team that needs units for sure. Yep.
Didn't this unit drop alongside the World Tournament Cell? Perfect Cell?
No, it was
no, he dropped after. He dropped with the physical Mighty Mask, wasn't it?
Yeah. That one, the unit was a little bit weird though, because like that was one that had already been released on global.
Yep.
Because that was a global first, that Mighty Mask. So that is probably why he did not awaken alongside this Gohan.
So then probably the next World Tournament we'll probably see the Perfect Cell get his claim to fame.
He already got his Awakening.
Yeah, the tech one already got it. The next one will probably be the physical Mighty Mask.
I mean, sorry, physical Mighty Mask.
I was just like, I'm like, wait for it.
Troko, what are your thoughts on the TUR Jackie Chun? Damn it!
He looks really solid. I'm a global player, so I'm not 100% sure what he does off the top of my head. I'm just over here being salty that I don't have Cell. They delayed our tournament. I can't get him. I need him for Extreme Tech Super Battle Road. I have my other Cells link leveled. I just need him.
I actually
sucks, man.
Jackie Chun, I don't have him.
Oh wow.
I don't have him either.
Yep. Been out for a year on the banner, haven't pulled him.
Well, we all know that Dragon Ball banner is garbage, so.
That's one of the hardest banners to get.
In terms of the rates, like you thought LRs were hard? Nope. The Dragon Ball banner, folks.
I mean, at least they did raise the rates. The rates on that used to be 3%. So at least they raised that. That's good.
All right, so from utter garbage to garbage. Got it.
When do you guys think the next World Tournament LR is going to be dropping?
They announced it in the news. It is the next World Tournament.
It is the next one?
Yeah. Yep. They confirmed that in the news.
What do you guys think it is going to be?
We're going to stick to OG Dragon Ball again?
I think
Roshi
now's the time for...
Again?
Yeah, now's the time for Goku, Krillin, and Roshi. Because most of the other legendary election units are done. So I think that they'll probably be the likely option.
That'd be cool.
Potentially a new category? Think they would go that far, or no?
Say it again. You cut out a little bit for me. I'm sorry. Can you say it again?
Do you think they would go with a potentially new category, or do you think they wouldn't go that far with a World Tournament LR?
Well, because I feel like they could make them really good. What if they made them a Turtle School support, like 45% attack and defense and 3 key or something like that? Like that would make them crazy, right? Like, because that category is good, Turtle School. So, I think that's the best way that they could do it. Just make them like nuts on that team, and I'm cool. Because Turtle School, that could easily be a premium like category, like for like a big like celebration. Goku could be a Turtle School leader. Like Garesh told me that, like Mastered UI Goku and Buchigiri was leading like a Turtle School, their version of like Turtle School category. So I think Dokkan could eventually do something like similar like that.
Yeah, because isn't every Goku on that category pretty much?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, you said literally every Goku is on it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so.
The only thing I hate is Jackie Chan's not on it.
It does make sense though, because like he was.
Yeah, I know, but
there
like
to
it's the
smack him
same
up.
guy.
No, but it's
Is
not.
he,
They're
though?
different people. Jackie Chan has hair. Come on.
Yeah, can you prove it, J-Fan?
Give me some detective time, and I'll get back to you.
With that said, any final thoughts on the World Tournament?
Oh, we didn't talk about actually Jackie Chun, how good he is. He is sick, by the way. Kamehameha support, crazy. Very good, very good, very good, very good. The only thing that sucks is he is such a badly needed unit, and again, he's impossible to get on that damn
It's
track.
hard to get him.
And no defense on the support. I was hoping for a defense
that is a
boost,
bummer. Yeah.
But
Again, like
individually, the card is really good now.
Yeah, they gave him the LR androids treatment.
I'm just gonna say, I'll never be okay with him being on Planetary Destruction. Just, I need that to be stated because he is not destroying a planet, for crying out loud. It is a moon.
Okay.
A moon is not a planet.
Are you okay with Cell on there?
With Cell,
Yeah, are you okay with Cell on the category? He's on the category. Cell is on it.
technically, yes, because he did blow up a planet, even though the planet is the size of like a very, very tiny moon. But technically,
Can you describe a planet to me? Can we go into detail real quick about science? What is a planet and what is a moon to you?
a moon
Just bust out
is...
Google.
Wait,
I
got
don't
this.
know
I got this.
I don't know the
The
exact
moon-
scientific definition, but a planet has to have a significant enough gravitational field due to its mass, whereas
Like
a
you
satellite,
can call like
whereas a
like-
satellite's
oh,
movement is influenced by an adjacent gravitational field as big from a planet.
No.
or that comes from a planet,
Listen.
something like that.
The moon was created by the Sage of Six Paths, and he put it up in the air. It houses the Ghetto Muzzle. Okay, that's what the moon is. By the way,
Isn't it his
Pic-
dead mother?
I love that
I don't know-
LR Piccolo is on the category as well too.
Wait, did you say ghetto monster?
Ghetto Muzzle.
Ghetto Mazo.
What does that translate to? Like, isn't it like the statue of Devil Evil, something like that? Like,
We don't talk about English translated
So-
stuff like that sometimes.
demonic statue of the outer path. Is that the actual like literal translation, Alan?
Who knows? I don't know.
I
don't care. I don't care about those English translations.
Muzzle.
Troco.
Yeah.
Yes.
A planet is a celestial body moving in an elliptical orbit around a star. So what I said kind of makes sense because a moon's influence around an object is based on the planet, not the star.
Not
the
to
sun.
So
mention-
it's a mini planet.
Not to mention that a planet is mostly
It's a bootleg planet.
going to be formed of gases and everything as well. You have to remember that. Whereas a moon is going to be debris from other stuff that just simply collides together and then has the orbit around said other bodies.
Isn't that how a
in
planet's
space.
basically formed, though? Is enough big rocks hitting each other until something happens? Just give the moon some time, dude. It'll turn into a planet.
Give
You
the
gotta
moon
have
some
faith.
But there's no gases though. There's no gases though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think that was the entire reason why Pluto. Okay, we're not doing this. Let's.
I was enjoying this. I was enjoying the
Science
class.
classes,
Yeah.
come on, to the
the
Dokkan
moon is bigger
podcast.
than
We talk about anything.
bigger than Pluto, you know. So I'm pretty sure
I wasn't gonna go there,
Pluto's
but
a
yeah, that
dwarf
was-
planet.
Yeah, that was the whole reason why Pluto was removed. Can we talk about this later? Truth.
Hey, you get Japanese lessons, you get planet lessons. What's next?
All right, let's move on. So there is an elephant in the room, and that is this giant gap, this giant void between Global's current campaign situation and the 6-year anniversary. And a lot of talk has been what could possibly fill that void, because we've got, other than what just happened with Paikon and Janemba, we've got the
Haikuhan. Yeah.
Paikon. We've got Goten and Trunks,
Yep.
and we've got Videl.
Be dead.
That's it.
True.
So what else could Global or Dokkan as a whole look forward to from now until the start of July when the 6-year anniversary rolls around?
I mean, it's pretty obvious that there's going to be. I don't know if I would say just like an outright global first, but at least like a unit that's not even out on JP yet is definitely coming, right? But the only thing is, I don't want them to do global first anymore because they always fuck it up, right? Like it always leads to disaster for global doing global first. So like I'm kind of tired of global first. Like that's what I'm sick of. Well, okay, everyone in chat is saying, okay, so you're saying global first. But, like, when they drop it at the same time, then it's not... Because usually, when they put a global first on global, when it shows up on GP, it's part of, like, this big celebration, and there's extra things in there that then are sort of in limbo on global, right? What I'm saying is, I think that they sort of have these celebrations ready to go now, so that doesn't really happen, right? I think Goku Day, by the way, is the target for... Actually, it could even be this month. Like, we could see a summonable LR, because I think both celebrations could have a summonable LR in it. We could even see, like, the same LR show up related to one of these later movies. I really think that could happen.
Yeah, because we're getting what should be the part 2 in, like, a couple of days' time. And obviously the celebration didn't have a part 2 on JP. And that's something that, yeah, they line up pretty well. It would actually be super interesting if they did that as like both versions get the same like summonable LR banner just as part 2 of their respective celebrations. But even then, that like affects the schedule going forward. I guess it just means that Videl celebration then potentially doesn't have a part 2 when it comes to global. But yeah, the fact that they released the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan at the same time for global and JP just like immediately opened up that window in the schedule. And yeah, I feel like I don't mind global first as long as they do it properly, but that's the problem is, like you said, we always see that like it's cool to get something first, because I know that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people prefer playing JP over global, because you don't have to wait for the stuff to come out. So whenever we do get something, it always does have that like extra level of hype, but they just need to then like not drop the ball in the follow-up stuff, which is unfortunately what they seem to do fairly regularly, or at least, you know.
The problem is, like, you point to every single global first that's ever come out, and there's always like disaster around it, right? Like even like LRUI Goku, like residual like global shenanigans from that was the step up banner. Obviously that's the reason that they messed up Super Saiyan 3 Goku and him and got them switched up, right? It's global first. Like you could literally just tell, like it's so obvious. It's always issues directly correlated to that. That's why the secret, the real thing they got to do is just get the damn games lined up. Like, it's not. There's no argument against it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, at this point, with them being so close, because they've never been as close, I think, as they are now. Because we know that, well, I say we know, because at this point, I guess we don't really know anything. But we know that the Goten and Trunks, because it was the first Dokkan Fest after the anniversary, it should be the one before the anniversary on Global. But that's the only thing we know for sure. And then there's just so much space in between that and now. So who knows?
If we were to do a global first, and you had to pick what unit that is, what would you want it to be?
What? Okay, so a global first, right?
Yeah.
What if it's Dragon Fist Super Saiyan 3 Goku?
Yeah, that's literally what I was going to say. I want them to easy A the old one, but yeah, I want them to easy A the existing like Tech LR one, but a new one with the current level of super attack animations that we have now. Like seeing the Dragon Fist in that sort of quality would be so good.
Oh yeah.
And then that would make sense.
Instead of just a PNG zooming into your face, it's actually like fully animated with frames and everything. Yeah, that'd be pretty nice.
And the thing is, what we were saying about the possibility for there to be like on both versions at the same time, that kind of fits in with like the fact that they just got the Tapion Easy A, and then obviously we seem to be going on that theme of movies on both versions anyway. So even though they're not from the same movie, we just had a bunch of movie related stuff on Global. So it would, even though, like I say, even though they're from different movies, it would kind of make sense to have that happen on both versions at the same time, because they are at least somewhat related.
Maybe something like that could be coming in part 2 of Global's campaign, maybe?
Yeah, exactly, like both at the same time, because both celebrations are going to have their part 2s essentially coming up.
Right.
Because when is Golden Week on JP?
Usually starts about April 26th.
Okay, so yeah, that's still like 2 weeks away or something. So.
Yeah. I think the latest, so the absolute latest, we will see it like a global first is Goku Day, May 9th. I think for sure by that time we will see a global first.
Any other speculations or thoughts on upcoming Dokkan stuff and things?
Those.
I would
have
say
no idea.
just expect movies. Movies.
Expect movies.
That's all we've got.
Yeah.
Can't predict
Just,
Dokkan at this point.
I would just say, simply for anyone who doesn't really know the calendar when it comes to Golden Week, this year's Golden Week is a little bit odd, to say the least. I'm already dealing with it with work myself, but I would probably say around the 28th or so we should see something. That's a Wednesday here in Japan, and that's the day before the official Golden Week starts. So probably around then would be whenever banner is going to drop or whatever. So yeah, just expect that. And then obviously I know Goku Day is going to be on the 9th, which is a couple weeks after that. But that's after Golden Week ends. So just remember that basically from the 29th until the 6th, schedules and things can go crazy and all that fun stuff. And then after that, things kind of return to normal after that. So
I guess for Golden Week, what I want to see is if there's like no difference for LRs on JP and Global aside from the anniversary right now. If they just gave Global a filler part 2 with Extreme Super Battle Road, and then, just an easy A or something, and then JP pretty much the same thing. What if they gave us Dual Celebration Golden Week, like they did with the Worldwide Celebration?
That would be, I think, very good. I'm in favor of that. Let's go.
Yeah, because that's the biggest problem they always have with that, is that they seem determined for some reason that they won't drop the Golden Week units on Global until, is it November? Which is like way too late, and no one cares by the time they come out.
I think the reason they do that is because they're scared about dropping too many dual Dokkan Fests in a row, right?
Yeah, true.
That has to be why.
yeah, because they've never done it before.
Vegeta, remember when Vegeta was the Golden Week unit, he came out much earlier than Gogeta, Trunks and Zamasu, Gotenks and Buu, because of the fact that he wasn't a dual Dokkan Fest. Like Vegeta came out a month earlier than all the other Golden Week units did.
All right, and with that said, we're going to wrap up the first half of the show. But, folks, don't go anywhere. We will be right back answering your questions right after this. BRB.
Kiddo muzzle! Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
All right, guys, real quickly, we are back. So we are going to go over a couple of quick shout outs to everyone who subs and everything. But first, I want to give a huge shout out to just everyone being here. Thank you so much, because you guys obviously make this possible and everything. So everyone who's just simply here watching, if you hit that follow button and you follow us for the very first time, thank you so much for the awesome support. But we do want to give a couple of special shout outs to the either returning subs or new subs or continuous subs. So first off, shout out to the Silver Noble Knight. Thank you so much for the 4 months with Prime. That's awesome as always. Joshua, thank you so much for 4 months as well to tier 1. And then finally, Bakuman1245, thank you so much for the 5 months. Thank you guys again so much for the awesome support. So anyway, Toon, without further ado, go ahead and start us off with the first follower question.
Bakuman. Isn't that Digimon, Talon? That's a Digimon.
Yeah, that is. Which, by the way, I need to go watch the new episode after this. So
I do too. All right, thank you, Talon. Folks, a couple of days before the show, we like to throw out an announcement everywhere, Twitter, Discord, on the YouTube side, letting you guys know that the show's coming up. We allow you guys to post your questions, and then we pick the best ones, and we answer them right here live on the show. So we'll start with the first question, brought to us by Rice Droplets, who asks, now that we've seen less hype units get broken kits, what do you guys think, in your opinions, is the most important thing when a new unit releases that will motivate you to summon? Leader skill, Categories: hypeness of the character, passive, etc.
I would personally say passive. I think. Yeah, you can. I mean, in the end, there is always going to be that whole who is the character essentially. But I think nowadays in the current meta, I would say passive is what will get people to summon.
Yeah, because how well did Videl end up doing overall?
I think she hit fourth.
She got top six.
Six? Okay, yeah, six. Yeah.
I guess that's not bad for a character that so many people were being very vocal about. Oh, why did they pick this character? Like, I guess that's not bad.
Monster win for sure.
Yeah.
Plus I know the JP shops had a couple of other games that were either doing their own kind of big celebration kind of thing. So, you know what? Top 6 for her. That's
Uma Musume was just existing, taking number 1, so
yeah. That too.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a mix of the two, depending on who it is, because that's, they can always release a character who is super hype, and then the card, obviously we don't want it to be bad, but it doesn't need to be insanely good and people will summon. But then, yeah, if they want to give these other characters a try, then I think that's the way to go about it to get people to summon. Because once you finally actually sat down and watched like videos of her in action, it's pretty hard to deny like how good Videl is. So, and I'm sure there are Videl fans out there, but the majority of people that maybe wouldn't have been interested, like that's how they need to sell these kinds of characters. So I think it is definitely a good way for them to go.
At this point, I really do like leader skills. I would, because the friend system is such a disaster. I'm really looking for them to create like strong teams that people actually would have incentive to run, right? Like the good thing they did with Videl is that it's 4 key and 170%. So like you do have incentive to run the team because like the leader skill buff is just better than other characters, right? So, like, I would like to see more of that come, rather than, like, just dicking around with these, like, weak leader skills. So that's really what I'm looking for a lot right now.
All right, let's move on to the next question. Go ahead, Talon.
I was going to say, what about you, Toon? What do you personally find?
For me, it's the super attack. That's, like, the first thing that I look at. It's a very superficial answer, but, like, for me, if the super attack looks interesting, then I'm more inclined to look at the rest of it. I mean, regardless, I'm still going to summon. But for me, I think objectively, the first thing I notice is the super attack and what the unit is about to be. Because that kind of tells you, like, all right, if it's raising attack and defense, all right, you know this is a stacking type. So I know immediately what unit this is going to be used for. If I need it for that, okay, maybe I'll summon a little bit more.
Look at the whale here. All right. You know what we need? We need like a Nolar type of whale photo with your face on the front. That's what we need now. Hydras, do it, man.
Look, I mean, it's either I fight it or I just accept it, all right? Truth, calling me a whale doesn't help me defend the whole not being a whale thing, so I'll just accept it.
Dude, you're a whale. Stop.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but anyone who goes 3,000 stones.
So, okay, we're not talking about moving on to the next question.
Janemba.
1 penny on the game, you're a whale. All right.
Moving on to the next question.
Let him know, chat. Let him know. He can't escape it.
Don't be ghetto monsters, all right?
Megalodon, yes, yes.
No,
Y'all
the
are
ghetto monsters.
Next question brought to us by Philip Rodriguez, who asks, damn it, Hydros, what super attack are you waiting for that hasn't been given the flashy new animation treatment? Mine would be Vegeta's Final Flash against Cell.
Yes.
Where's Garash to laugh with me? Come on, man. Mine is probably actually the Final Explosion, though.
Final Explosion, that's a good one, yeah. Yeah.
Mine would be when Namek Gohan goes ham on second form Frieza.
Ooh,
I watched that the other
one.
day. Yeah, so good.
Okay.
I really want to see the like current quality animation for the instant transmission Kamehameha. Because there's such a basic version of that they just threw onto like a couple of different Super Saiyan Gokus, but like seeing that in the current level of animation that we have, I think would be awesome. Especially because we all thought the back when everybody thought like the part 2 LR for the download celebration when it was Cell and Gohan was going to be like a Bye Guys Goku. If they ever eventually actually do that, Like that as one of his super attack animations would be awesome.
So we got Bye Guys Goku, we got Kid Buu. Who's gonna be the next one that everyone?
Troco, you got anything?
Yeah, I would want to see Trunks slicing Frieza.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Nice.
Mine's weird. I want to see Kid Gohan bust out of that Saiyan pod and tackle Raditz.
That'd be kind of cool.
I think the only thing that could potentially ruin that though is going to be the enemy character sprite, unfortunately.
Yes, very true.
Yes. Yeah. Because like
Could
the
you
follow up.
imagine-
Remember how when Raditz gets the wind knocked out of him, he does this weird little dance as he's falling back.
Yeah.
I want to see that. But
God.
I don't think that would work with the.
Now picture that though, if the Kid Gohan does that and you're fighting a giant.
Yeah.
All you see is like dancing body, like you don't even see the legs of the ape or whatever giant
Doing
you're
that
facing.
to Harudagon.
Oh god.
All right, let's move on to the next question, brought to us by Jason MMI. Jason asks, would a dual Dokkan Fest with just 2 villains sell well? Like example, we have one banner with LR Zamasu and another banner with LR base form Goku Black.
I think if you made them really good, obviously, really nice super attacks, I think that actually could have a potential of doing well. Those particular 2 that you just gave as an example, I think actually have a decent chance of doing pretty good. But make it Super Saiyan Goku. We all know we want it.
Yeah, I think it depends on who it is, right? Because certain characters will sell crazy well. Like if they imagine, I guess if we're talking, it doesn't have to specifically be LRs, but if it was like a LRs, imagine if they finally did the like LR final form cooler, and then the other banner was like a really really good LR Frieza. I think that would do well as a dual Dokkan Fest.
All right, let's move on to the next question, brought to us.
It on that one.
Yeah, that's fine. Brought to us by Jax. Jax asks, if there was another future female Dokkan Fest exclusive, who would you want it to be, and who would you think it's most likely to be? And what categories might they lead?
Gotta be Bulma. Like, the best Bulma we have is a tech one from 4 years ago or something. Like, we gotta get another one at one point. And probably Dragon Ball Saga. I would think if it's gonna be a Bulma from around there, which is probably who it would be. And then maybe Peppy Gals or science category or something like that.
Yeah, imagine if it was, it doesn't necessarily have to be everyone with that link, but like, imagine a category that's mostly units that have like Brainiacs or Prodigies or something. That'd be pretty good. But yeah, I think Bulma or Chi-Chi, you would assume, would be the most likely. After getting Videl, I mean, 18 is a big fan favorite, I guess, as well.
The only problem with 18, unfortunately, I think that a lot of people are missing is that I feel like they would give her the android lead for some reason. I just like we don't need more android leads. Like,
I mean,
prove
what
me
else could
wrong,
she
Akatsuki.
be?
And that's the thing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
prove me wrong, Akatsuki. Please prove me wrong and not make her an android category because we don't need any more. But unfortunately, that would happen with an Android. Android 18. I think I said 21 a couple times, but
we
Android
could
18.
get a future Android 18 that led future.
We could, yeah,
With a
we could
side
definitely see
banner
something like
unit
that.
Of
Yeah.
17.
Ooh, that could be a brutal super attack animation right there, considering what they did to Gohan.
Yeah, and like unit super attack. There's a lot of different ways they could do stuff like that for sure.
Yeah.
Kaioken Chi-Chi, anyone?
Oh God.
I still
Moving
would like
on.
to see 21. I think 21 could get a Dokkan Fest.
I mean,
can see that.
I'm all for that.
And for the last question, brought to us by Miyamoto. Miyamoto asks, how do you think difficulty will be balanced in future events? Also, do you think the God of Destruction event is balanced in terms of enemy difficulty and players being able to complete it?
Well, okay, as far as that last part, they drop it, and it's supposed to be like, where people are like, it's impossible. But then they do something like put out Videl, who, I mean, Videl can beat Belmoth or Vermoth or Belmont or whatever, the strongest boss in the game who has type advantage over Videl. Videl could beat him. Like, You just run Peppy Gals with Videl and she could beat it. Like, already we have a unit that just completely destroys that event, Videl. Like, people always get so scared. It's so impossible. But it's like within 5 seconds they're dropping units at his rim. Dude, I can't pronounce his name. I can't.
I mean, it was the same thing with Super Battle Road. Remember when Super Battle Road, everyone hated it, and then, you know, everyone said it was impossible and everything, and nowadays you're seeing people do it free to play and everything. So, I mean, it just, you know, you get, you know, they drop it. It's super hard. Only the quote-unquote big whales can beat it, or people who have basically everything. And then you just wait a month or two at the most, and then boom, you're beating it already. So, and actually, you really don't even need, like, the newest units for the God event when it came out. Like, yeah, Goku and Vegeta make it super easy and everything, but like you can beat most of those without those guys. So I think they did just fine. The only downside of the God event is that limits that you have on it. That's the big thing.
Yeah, if a unit is going to be super hard, that's definitely a weird choice that they went with to have it limited like that. But yeah, I think it all comes down to the like power creep, because it's exactly like you said. Like events come out and they seem super hard, and then a Dokkan Fest comes out. I saw somebody posting around. They were going around commenting on a bunch of threads to try and, I don't know, I guess spread the Videl supremacy. But there's a screenshot, a bunch of screenshots of someone beating all 10 of the gods with Videl and her team, with no dupes, like at 55%. So yeah, like the power creep is definitely going to affect the difficulty of these kind of events. And that's something that we've talked about on here a lot before, is they've got to try and find an interesting balance of how to create events that are more of a challenge without just being essentially like the ESBR treatment where they just turn all the numbers up super high. But then I guess the complicated part is how exactly do they do that to like do it well.
Any final thoughts?
Can they just make the game easy for me? That's it.
How about you drop the free-to-play shenanigans? We all know you pay. We all know you summon and everything. Just drop it, and you'll be good to go in all the events, man. Come on.
I was going to say, there's a difficulty lowering button. Anyway, it's called the Dragonstone Shop.
And with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up this week's show. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Huge shout out to Hydros for manning the boards, putting truth on my shoulder, and keeping the stream afloat. Don't forget to follow us over on Twitch, Twitter, join the Discord, check out the Facebook fan page, the subreddit, the website, everything. All the links are everywhere. And if you miss any part of the show, fear not. All of your favorite podcasting platforms have you covered. Google, Apple, Spotify, and many more. Subscribe and do not skip a beat. Join us right here tomorrow for our next episode of the Dragon Ball Legends podcast. For the Masked Ningen, Jay Fanta, The Truth, Talon, and Troko, I am Toon Rami. Thank you once again for watching. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly. Bye-bye.